one for the team, and we won't stop till we get the ring. Oh man, I can't. The Young Cab, shout out, doing our Hit.OR.DIE song. Can't get enough of it. It was great that he did that, and I'm so glad nobody used it as their walk-up song with that challenge we did. Maybe we'll do it again this year. Maybe somebody will finally use it. Anyways, welcome back to Hit.OR.DIE Live Friday with the one and only Jake Saldate.
Hello, everybody. Chad Rother to my right. Anything happened in the last 24 hours to talk about?
Not that I know.
Anything interesting?
No.
I gotta say, thank you, Chad, for posting all that shit and going to bed on me. I had no idea until like an hour in that you'd posted on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I was stuck on Twitter.
Hey, I warned you. I said, I'm going to bed. You got this.
But
I'll talk to you after work.
I didn't know that it was everywhere.
Well, yeah, I got to reach out to everybody.
I finally wanted to just tweet and post on Instagram like, hey, I'm going to bed. We can continue tomorrow.
Here's Chad's number. He's sleeping right now.
I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings or, cause any late nights for somebody.
No,
it was fun. Actually, that's fun for me.
It is fun. It's fun, especially for the people that aren't hiding behind some random name or, because when you're hiding behind a name, you can pretty much say whatever you want because nobody knows who you are. And some people, they just speak how they want, and that's fine. It's all good banter and back and forth. But I think when I posted the initial check swing thing, I think people really think you and I were mad that the Giants lost because like we were going for them. I was going for the Giants because I had them in my bracket. It was the last team I had left going in my bracket. So, and I already got a bunch of crap from everybody saying every time I picked somebody, they lost. So I was hoping the Giants were going to win. Plus I had the Dodgers losing the Cardinals, but
the math holds up on that.
Yeah. But I wasn't mad the Giants lost and the Dodgers won. I was mad the way it ended. It shouldn't have ended like that with the players not playing the factor of it. I know everybody's like, oh, he was 1 for whatever against so-and-so, Max Scherzer, and he was pretty much done. Yeah, it could have been. He could have struck out the next pitch.
I think he was 0 for 17.
0 for 17. But
I had this conversation with somebody earlier today. That like he still should have got another pitch. It only takes one pitch.
It only takes one pitch. He's a big leaguer.
My point to some people this morning was that, regardless, he's probably going to strike out. We don't know. We'll never know. But he should have got one more pitch, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Rajai Davis. Nobody expected Rajai Davis to take Chapman deep with 2 strikes in Game 7 of the World Series, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody expected Howie Kendrick to take Joe Kelly deep with the Nationals and he hit a grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Phillips last year against the Dodgers and Jansen. He pinch hit with 2 strikes. One swing, won the game for the Rays.
Yeah.
Nobody expected that. Kirk Gibson, even for the Dodgers in '88.
He wasn't even supposed to play.
Nobody gave him a shot then, but it only takes one swing.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have with it is he got cheated out of a swing that he didn't get.
Yes.
He should have got one more swing and he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Now, we got a couple of people, some people call in. One of my buddies, Jeff Cox, shout out Cox. He was at the game. We're going to talk to him for a brief moment. We've talked this morning, and then a couple Dodger and Giants fan going to join. We checked DM. Some people came in late, wanted to come on. We apologize if we didn't get to you. We had to start this thing, but that was my thing with that. Like I understand what they're saying, but all it takes is one swing.
How hard of it as a Dodger fan just to be, you know what? It was a bad call. He didn't deserve that.
Most of them have said that. I haven't talked to anybody that at my
nobody
circle.
That was on our Twitter account.
Oh, well, yeah. But listen, the Dodgers fans are doing what they should be doing. They should be gloating. They should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the first time in the playoffs they've faced each other. They lost the West.
They were tied in total wins on the
It's
season
crazy.
going into
It's
game
crazy.
5. It was just the stat line of that is crazy. I had it on here,
but it does. I mean, for any baseball person that has a brain, to say that was a swing, maybe we should reevaluate.
Or even payback. Well, yeah, you guys are talking about the swing Ruff had in during the season, but then what happened in game 3 with Seager? What do you mean payback? It's just take it for what it is and just go with it. What payback? Well,
it wasn't the Giants' fault that the umpires made that call. So who's it payback towards? And who's it karma towards? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe we're just using the wrong words.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. And I get it. You're happy you won. You beat the Giants. Great for you. And that's fine.
Listen, what they did's not, it was hard to do. It's hard to do what they did.
Look at this. Playing each other, they were 12-12. Playing other teams, the Dodgers were 98-46. The Giants were 97-46.
It's crazy.
And overall, the Dodgers were 110-58, and the Giants were 109-58.
It's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
It's crazy. Okay, but congrats to the Dodgers. That was not easy what they had to do.
No.
And they were the better team. They made better adjustments. They didn't live for the long ball, which I've talked about with a few people and even you. So congrats to the Dodgers. And maybe this is part of it too. And you and I are not Dodgers fans or Giants fans.
No.
So we're not so connected or, entrenched into that rivalry. So,
well, obviously neither is Mookie Betts. Did you see that interview?
I didn't. I saw he said that it wasn't a swing.
No. That interview was after the game. I'm talking about the one after the game with Scherzer when they're on the podium. They tried to compare this rivalry to the Boston Red Sox rivalry.
I didn't hear that or see it.
Yeah, I saw it this morning, and Mookie's like he said it without.
Once you posted that, that's all I was doing was dealing with social media.
Yeah,
for 2 hours.
Well.
So I didn't get to watch the post-game stuff or anything.
Well, I saw it this morning.
Oh, well, I was working.
Yeah, I worked too.
But we're not so into that. Like, if we were Giants Dodger fans, we'd probably have that level of hatred for each other. We just don't have that.
We're trying to look at it as a fan's perspective and wanting to see good baseball. Like, you want to see a team win the right way. Not saying this was it was just a bad call. It was a call that honestly the home plate umpire shouldn't even asked. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to leave it up to that call, like the end of the game. For
it
happened
game 5. So fast, though.
I know. And that umpire, that it was just
he's the one that made the same call in game 3 though with Seager.
Yeah, which was by far a swing.
And I saw some tweets. One was about discussing what the umpires were looking for, an intent to swing or hit the ball. It was hit the ball because I kept saying intent to swing.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, any swing is attempt to hit the ball, correct?
Yeah.
So if you attempt to swing, you're attempting to hit the ball. So I don't understand the argument, but I go back to he should have got one more pitch. Yeah. But I mean, that didn't, and then that ultimately didn't lose the game. I think Kapler said that too. It didn't.
No,
the Giants had opportunities to score runs. They didn't. They didn't.
I'll tell you what, as much as I love Buster Posey, I was so frustrated with the way he called the pitches to Bellinger. 4 straight sliders. Duvall throws 100 miles an hour, and you let Bellinger see 4 straight sliders. And I know he had a bad year, but Bellinger's a big league hitter. He's been an MVP candidate. He's a great player.
And he had a good series.
Yes, he's had a good series. And you let him see 4 of the same pitch. And the one he hit, it was right over the middle of the plate. It wasn't even a good hard slider. Like, throw a fastball out and away. Let his eyes see something else than to adjust. But if you're seeing the same pitch over and over again, and anybody that's played baseball, even high school or whatever, you see the same pitch over and over again, you're going to finally get it and connect with it. And he did that. And that at bat just kind of frustrated me. I know he hit Turner, which kind of led to everything going, because that might have, if he doesn't hit Turner, they probably get out of the inning, 1-1 or whatever. But
I go back to, there's a couple things I haven't heard anybody talk about that I felt were huge. Okay. One was how Mookie Betts offensively played. 4 for 4. The stolen base was obviously huge because it turned into a run. And it turns the lineup over.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The other thing is that, yes, Turner got hit, but nobody's talking about Gavin Lux's at bat in the ninth, where I think it was a 1-2 count. Ball's a little off the plate, but still a little too hittable, that he pulled in the hole for a base hit. And, I'm talking to Coxie, and we'll get into it in a little bit with him about, that put the runner at second base. If he strikes out there, now there's 2 outs. Justin Turner's at first. He's not stealing. Your shift is maybe different now with Bellinger, and they might get out of that inning. So that at bat from Lux is huge.
Yeah.
With 2 strikes. And we talk about striking out all the time and how big it is to put the ball in play.
Yeah.
And at that point, first and second, and this is what Jeff and I were talking about, should Kapler have made the move to a lefty to face Bellinger?
I mean, he had Wood warming up, and then he had Gossman warming up. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you show Bellinger 100 off the plate or hard up and in, you get his feet moving, you get his eyes adjusting, you can get him on another slider. You had 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, and you're right. But I also think too, if he executes his pitch, who knows?
Duvall hasn't given up a run since
he's
May.
been great. What a find, right?
Yeah.
He didn't execute the pitch, and that's baseball.
That's baseball.
The thing with the umpire though is the part that I have.
The players didn't finish the game.
No, I agree. And then how Logan Webb is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Like the movement on his ball is insane. And he pitched great last night.
Shout out Sacramento, Rockland.
That's another big piece that they got moving forward. I mean, he pitched well. He proved he's the guy. And listen, I don't think, there's any reason to hang their head. They obviously, you want to win and move forward, but you have to tip your cap to the Dodgers and how they played down and finished that series.
Yeah.
They've played in elimination games. You go back to 2020 against the Braves down 3-1, and the innings they have out of their bullpen as far as postseason innings go, it's huge. It all matters.
Team experience. When Lamont Wade came up in the 9th against Scherzer, by the way, how nice is it to bring Scherzer in for the 9th to have his first save of his career? But when Lamont Wade came up to the plate, I honestly, the way I was watching his mannerisms and, how he was like calming himself down and, staying even keel. Like he didn't seem like he was overamped for the situation. I honestly was like, something's going to happen right here. Like, I feel it, they're putting up his stats of what he's done in the 9th inning this season and all that. And I was like, I just feel it. I feel like it. And when he pulled that first pitch inside, I mean, if Scherzer misses an inch more over the plate,
other way,
the ball's gone.
It's gone.
But it's also Max Scherzer. He's got really good, accuracy. But after he fouled that one off, I was like, that's it. That was the one. That was the one pitch.
Yeah, the mistake.
And it wasn't even a mistake.
No, it wasn't. It just wasn't far enough in.
That was the one pitch he was going to get to hit.
I felt like that with Posey, too, in the 8th against Jansen. The strikeout.
Yes.
I thought that was a very hittable, especially for him.
Well, no, he went the same sequence he did to Ruff.
Yes.
He went curveball, and they were talking about he's never backed up his curveball before. And then he boom, backed up his curveball to Ruff. Then he went cutter away to get your eyes seeing a cutter away, and then he went hard up and in on both of them, and they couldn't get extended. And I was just like, oh man, because I'm watching the game and I'm like, I know they were showing us the signs, on the screen and stuff, but I was just like thinking, Posey's got to be thinking he's going to try to do that same thing.
Yeah, the other thing I was thinking about the umpire, and I know we've talked about umpires all postseason. Not just in this series, but there were moments in the game last night where if I'm a Giants fan, I'm looking at, specifically 3-1 to Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
And it was a ball 4, bad call, missed. ended up striking out, but that walk would have put them first and second, no outs.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to feel like that crowd's going to be even louder. And maybe they don't score. I don't know, but you never know. And I think there was another one to Posey that was questionable.
Yeah, the one up and away.
I saw the sheet. It looked like a little more went against the Giants last night as far as calls went, but I mean, still what 90 plus accuracy, like 93% or more. It was still, again, I just don't like how that game ended.
Yeah.
And so do you make that reviewable? Like in the NFL, every scoring play is reviewed, right? Or in college it is. I know that.
I don't know. It just has another aspect of a review. It's going to take time. Everybody's going to review a check swing now.
But do we care about time?
Unless it's unless it's going to affect the outcome.
With what we've seen in the postseason, with what this series brought, with what the Red Sox Rays brought, do we really give a shit about pace of play? Who cares?
Yeah. No.
Did anybody who played Thursday Night Football last night?
I only know this because my neighbor's an Eagles fan, and we were talking when I got home from baseball how they were going to lose to Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was on Thursday Night Football. Yeah. I guarantee you, I got to go see the numbers. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I bet you the numbers for Game 5 were better.
Yeah, maybe, but you also had 2 West Coast teams playing, so
not a lot of East Coast invested.
You don't know. Yeah, in the East Coast, you don't know if they're going to be invested into the Dodgers Giants as much as
I love
the
football
West Coast
just as much
is
as
invested
anybody.
into the Red Sox, Yankees, or that kind of thing. You know, that's so I don't know, but I mean, I didn't see any of the football game.
It's interesting. That's all. I don't know, man. I don't know if you review. There's something we got to do because you have all these plays. Every series had something happen. Right, you had the Renfroe ball over the ground rule double play in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had Grandal get hit with a ball up the line. That this stuff's got to be addressed.
Yeah,
the catch in foul territory against the Braves,
which was reviewed though, wasn't it?
I don't think it's a reviewable play. I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
How's a catch ball?
I don't know. Again, I'm just saying there's stuff that needs to get looked at. That check swing, it wasn't a check swing.
No, it wasn't even close. Don't give me camera angles and all that bull crap because you have the top view. He didn't even come close.
But it happens. It's baseball. I can't take anything away from the Dodgers.
No, and we're not trying to.
No, and I guess that's where people maybe misunderstand some of
the game just can't end.
You're a baseball fan more than you don't have a team.
I don't have a team.
So it's completely fan perspective.
It's completely knowing baseball. Like I was fortunate enough that I played at a pretty good level. Like I've been there. I've played a lot to understand, you know, how hard it is to check swing on a guy throwing 90 plus or whatever. Like I've been there. I've seen some of that stuff. So that's why it like affects me differently because I know what it's like to be called out on a check swing that wasn't a check swing or be on the other side of it, you know? So when I posted that, it had nothing to do with, it could have been the freaking Oakland A's and Baltimore Orioles playing. And I would have said the exact same thing.
Yeah. And I had this conversation with you earlier because somebody was telling me like, you know, I'm a Braves fan. They brought up last year's series against the Dodgers. And yeah, it sucked. I root for the Braves since I was very young. And, you know, that was hard to watch them lose a 3-1 lead in the series and lose to the Dodgers. But I'm also I wasn't like devastated like it.
Well, you're not our team, my team, that kind of thing.
This, I may have been the conversation you and I had. I've coached baseball for a long time. There's people that have coached way longer. My point is that, yeah, it sucks when your team loses. For me, it's a little more to put some perspective to it, right? I am a fan, but I'm a fan of the game first. And then my team would be the Braves. But go invest 4 years into kids and watch them progress and play from freshman year to high school
to senior year.
And then watch them lose their last game. Like that's way more painful for me than the Dodgers or the Braves losing in a series to go to the World Series. It sucks. That's my team. But it's nowhere near
personal connection.
No, it's not like that. I don't get a ring.
No, they don't even know you.
No. But so for me, it's just different. I'm not that type of fan.
Yeah.
Because I've lost enough have felt enough pain to know like it's the game. That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Watching our players lose their last games is a killer. It's tough. And any coach that's been around there long enough will say the same thing. So, I mean, when you're thinking about losing and your team losing, yeah, it sucks, but that's just a part of baseball. Somebody's got to lose. And that, I keep people, seeing that it should have been a 7-game series. Maybe I don't know what they should do. I like the wild card. I wish that would have been a 3-game series.
It should be 3-7-7-7. Just saying.
And I think
and I think the 7-game series should be 3-3-1. You play 3 straight off day, 3 straight off day, 7.
Yeah, not opposed.
That's what I think. Instead of 3-2-1 or 3-1-2 or however they do it, I don't know. Let's get this going.
Yeah,
let's get our guys on.
We're gonna take a quick break. Get our first guest. Jeff Cox was at the game last night. We're gonna get his perspective real quick. So just don't go anywhere. What's up, everybody? We are back. On the phone line is a good friend of mine. Actually, known him almost my whole life. Jeff Cox, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Thanks for having me on.
Jeff, you were at the ball game last night. So first,
well, if anybody saw our video that we posted before the game, that was Jeff Cox. Just repping the Giants, plus the best podcast out there.
That's right, fellas. It was electric. I mean, the atmosphere was insane. I've been to playoff games and World Series before, but Dodgers Giants, that rivalry, the history, it was insane.
How are you feeling a day after as a Giants fan? How are you feeling today?
Well, Jakey, you got to kick when they're down, but no, I mean, it was. I think it was a great series. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, you've got to look at it and just love that it came down to the wire. I mean, coming down to the last pitch in the 9th inning, the way that it ended sucked. But I think it comes down to, the Dodgers executed all series and the Giants just didn't, and it was unfortunate. But I think when you hit 182 or 185 for a series against one of the best offenses in baseball, it's tough to win that kind of series,
Yeah, and you talked about Logan Webb and being a close game last night. I mean, was it what you expected?
I think as a Giants fan, you want to expect that, but yeah, I mean, he was electric again. He did it in game 1 and did it again in game 5. But I think the difference in this game was the Dodgers just weren't chasing like they were in game 1. He was still lights out. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do, got us deep into the game and, kept it tight. But I mean, it just came down to us not being able to have an answer for bats, I think is huge. That stolen base was huge. And then, just 13 strikeouts. I think it was 12 or 13 strikeouts the Giants had, hitting behind in counts all day long. It just, it's tough to win that way.
Yeah, I was watching on TV, and you can tell as much movement as Webb had, they were at times, obviously they were swinging at some of them, but there were some ones where I was like, oh crap, how they took that pitch, and that was pretty close to take right there. That had some nasty movement on it. But I think that happens with, seeing a guy the second time. Obviously they've probably seen him during the season, and just studying video and seeing how they pitch and his, how he pitches certain guys. Cause a lot of the times you'll get pitched the same by the pitcher. And I think they definitely did really good on laying off the close ones like they swung at in game 1. But you being there for the end, you were down the third baseline, a little bit up in between third base and left field. When that last out happened and that pitch, what was that atmosphere like? Because could you see from how far you were, could you see anything?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, obviously the Giants fans were just in disbelief. I mean, I don't know how you put that game in the umpire's hands. I don't know how he makes that call. I mean, for that to happen, just with how rich this history is, this rival is, and I mean, I just cannot believe, and with no hesitation, he punches him out. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, but the atmosphere was just complete disbelief. I mean, everybody was just up in arms. It was crazy. I mean, I think though, from being at Oracle Park, I think the difference would be if you're a Chavez Ravine. I don't know if there's a riot going on. I mean, that's what I told Jake. I mean, it was just I think just disbelief is the word I would probably have to use. I mean, everybody was just in shock that it ended that way. And I watched the replay, and it just, but again, it's baseball. I mean, they had opportunities to win that game, and you can't put yourself in that position. But overall, it just sucks to end it that way. You never know what's going to happen. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
What, as a fan, going into, we kind of talked a little bit yesterday about it, with the change from Urias going to Knebel to start the game. Was it kind of?
I thought, from a Giants fan perspective, I thought, what are they doing? I mean, if you've got a 21 game winner now, rested and ready to go, why not start him? I mean, it ended up working out, but on the flip side, had it worked in the Giants' favor, I mean, Posey hits that ball off the wall, and from where I was sitting, I mean, he's easily standing on third base. They don't send him. We have opportunities to score there, and then also in the second inning, I mean, I think it could have backfired just as quick as it was a success for them. But I mean, I think they did a good job. I think both managers actually managed the game fairly well, and the Dodgers just it worked. I mean, again, striking out 13 with a combined, I think it was 5 or 6 pitchers that threw. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's just great pitching. And I think the Giants had, 4 or 5 backwards days. And again, from where I was at, you couldn't really tell if they were close or not. But you just can't sit with the bat on your shoulder, not in a game like that.
No, I agree. And but going back to what you said about your 20 game winner, like, that's your horse. Is this a move? Is that a move you make in Game 7 of the World Series? It's pretty ballsy, right?
Well, I think
it was just to fuck with the lineup.
I mean, if you think about it, I'm with Coxie. It worked, but it almost didn't work, because I think if the Dodgers scored early, then it would have looked like it worked. But you still got to Urias 0-0. You know what I mean? That's the way I look. I looked at it as they were trying to go with stoppers to get an early lead and then just go in and coast. And they didn't do that. Webb kept them solid. But honestly, it also showed that Kapler needed to make a decision on, am I going to have the guys that I need late in the game, or am I going to start them early in the game and go switch right away? So, but like you said, I think he made great decisions as a manager, and he actually left. He had his guys at the end of the game pinch hit. He had Wade pinch hit, which is obviously the guy you want up in the 9th, and just things didn't go your way.
Jeff, we also talked about before you came on too, and you and I talked about this earlier, is that when Lux got on, possibly making a move to a lefty, did you were talking to one of your Dodger fans there in the crowd. What was your thoughts on him staying with Duvall there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, it's funny, they were just saying, why do we pull Webb? And I mean, I think that's just an obvious, he's coming up third in the batting order. You got to yank him. And I mean, I think, overall Duvall was the guy, right? I mean, he was electric when he threw, and he throws gas. They just got him, they got to him. And I think, looking at it now, everybody can play Monday morning quarterback and say, this is what we should have done. But, in the moment, I think the crowd was really, really loud. I think it was a huge moment for, a young kid. And, he's come through in those moments. So, that's hard to say. I mean, for me, it's hard to second guess. I mean, we've all been there, making those tough decisions. And, he must have saw something we didn't see and wanted to keep going with him. And I mean, I'm okay with it. I think, again, it just comes back to, you got to execute when you have the opportunities, and the Giants just didn't do that, unfortunately. But overall, man, what a great season and what a great series. I mean, this is what baseball is all about. And, I'm a Giants fan, avid Giants fan. You know that. You guys both know that. But you got to tip your hat to the Dodgers. I mean, they did what we couldn't do, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season for these guys. And I think they're playing with a ton of emotion, and it's going to be exciting. Your bravos, though, JT. It would be nice to see him knock them off. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's going to be a tough road. We'll have to see what they do game one as far as starting pitching goes. I think the bullpen, I guess I said it last episode, is the bullpen for the Braves. It's good. It just scares me how much they get used, and in a 7-game series, is that going to wear on them? But they can pitch. I like the Braves lineup a lot, and it's going to be a good series. I'm excited that it's at home. And again, we'll just have to wait to see what the Dodgers do game one. So I'll let you go with this, Coxie. Who are you going to take in the NLCS?
Oh, I got to take the Braves, buddy. You know that. Okay. I mean, that's my backup soldier. I got some love for the Braves, and I do have some hate for the Dodgers. So I got to go Braves.
And then in the ALCS, who are you going to roll with?
Oh man, that was tough. I mean, Red Sox are playing lights out, but I think I got to go Houston. And it would be something if Dusty comes back and wins a World Series against the Dodgers. That would be funny.
There's some storylines there.
And then he goes to the Padres and wins there.
Right.
Coxie, I appreciate you calling in, buddy, and supporting the podcast. And like I said, we go back years and we talk every week, almost every day lately. And I appreciate it, buddy. I love you, and I'll probably call you this afternoon. So.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Love you too, and love what you guys are doing. Love to support it any way I can. So keep doing it, man. You guys are doing awesome, and appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come on.
Hey, you got it, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, fellas, have a good one.
You too. Yeah, that must have been a fun game to go. He sent me some clips during the night, and it looked insane.
My buddy I work with, actually my partner in the produce section at Costco, he was there last night. He didn't get home till 1:30.
Yeah, so they got home at 4. I guess the BART broke down on his way back to Pleasanton, and they got home about 4.
Yeah, but my buddy was at work.
Oh, he was at work
in the morning.
Yeah,
he didn't get home till 1:30. He was at work at 4.
Hey, good for him. Hey, you know what else? The other thing I was thinking, and we got some, well, again, thanks to you last night, leaving me high and dry to defend off everybody in the social media world. The crimey river stuff and the crybaby stuff and so on. Like, so then does that mean we don't have to hear about 2017 and the Astros anymore? Or do we got to hear about it anymore?
I don't know.
Because it still gets talked about how the Astros cheated them out of a World Series, so I mean, just saying, like, we're not going to cry about it anymore. We don't have to. I'm asking.
They can cry however they want. I don't know. We're not crying about anything.
No, I guess people don't know that we're not fans of either team. Now you know, right? Now you know. I had the Dodgers to win that series, anyways. But again, as a fan first, I just felt I'm with you and the majority of people out there that didn't like how that game ended. And
a lot of these people don't even know baseball. They absolutely know nothing about baseball in general, like the game of baseball, how it's played. all that kind of stuff. They're just on there saying whatever they want to say, and they honestly can't. Their team is higher than everything else. They can't sit back and actually think, dang, that was just a really bad call.
For the most part, I've seen that. So.
I know, but you had to deal with.
There was a couple, maybe they're just under the assumption I'm a Giants fan and roasting.
Well, then they really don't.
Or trying to
what we have to say.
That's true. Then you're not listening, but that's fine. Again, for me, it's fun. Yeah. I love going back and forth. I'm all for it. I'm not going to block you. That's for damn sure.
No, we ain't Blocktober.
Yeah, that's you blocking people out there. You are soft. Only softies, and we are blocked by a few. Just so y'all know,
2-5 soft.
Period. We want to get to our Dodgers.
Yes. So
go ahead and present this.
These two players at Fresno City. One's a huge Dodger fan, and one is probably the most knowledgeable Giants fan that I know. We're fortunate enough we're going to have both of them on together and get their perspective. They were both at game 1 in San Francisco. And I know Logan, he's the Giants fan. I know he was probably dying to be at the game yesterday. I don't think he wasn't, because we played a scrimmage and he was at the scrimmage. Yeah, let's get him on. It's going to be fun. They're going to have a lot to talk about.
Again, give us a minute here. We're going to go
Logan Webb and Ryan Naranjo.
All right, we'll be right back with some more phone calls.
Hey guys, welcome back to HIT.OR.DIE Live with your hosts Jake Saldati and Chad Rothman. We got Ryan Naranjo and Logan Webb on the line. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Ryan Naranjo is from Selma, standout catcher there. He's now at Fresno City College, where I coach. Logan Webb is he played at no other place but the Barry Bonds, and Tom Brady went there as well at J. Sarah High School up north. Logie, thanks again for joining us. And like I said before you guys were on, you're probably the most knowledgeable Giants fan that I've ever met. So this is going to be a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you both for doing this.
Yeah.
I want to go and start with the Giants fan.
Logan.
How are we feeling today?
It's painful. I'm not going to lie. This one hurts a lot.
Yeah. Just to take us through when the check swing ended the game.
Well, he was in Fresno too. He didn't drive back till today.
Okay.
He was at my place.
Oh God. Okay. So then you know what? You guys tell the story. Paint the picture for us. I want to hear how this all went down and what happened while that happened.
First of all, so we're getting off of our scrimmage. So we're coming back to my apartment and we're trying to set up the game. So right when we're setting up the game, our freaking power goes out. So we're like, oh my God, there's no way this is happening right now. So Logan.
Hey, is that why that was in the back of the truck?
Yeah, we had to run off the back of my truck.
They had a TV in the back of Logan's truck.
Beautiful.
Yeah, hot spot and everything. Brought out the chairs, brought out the couch, everything.
So it was crazy the first few innings. I mean, it was a back and forth game. I mean, it was a stalemate for, 4 or 5 innings until Seager hit that double down the line. Going in, though, I knew it was going to be a dogfight. I was surprised with the switching Urias for Knebel. I told Ryan, though, before the game that was going to either cement Dave Roberts staying with the Dodgers or he's going to get fired. I'm pretty sure that call pretty much would have cemented his fate with the Dodgers organization.
I mean, it kind of turned out being a wash anyway. Kind of. I mean,
by the time the race got in, it was still 0-0.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But if it had gone wrong, I feel like that would have sealed the fate with the Dodgers.
I want to know, so you guys watched the game together?
Yeah, we had a couple of guys from the team come over, a bunch of Dodgers fans, Giant fans, one Cardinal fan that's pretty sad right now.
Did everybody make it out alive?
Yeah, everyone figured out alive.
The only one I was
Giants
worried
fans
about was
probably
Logan.
Went home pretty sad.
Yeah, I got it pretty good at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, I got a good video of that.
So let me, because I know Logan's answer. Ryan, I know you're a Dodger fan, but you're also a baseball player, and you know what it's like to check swing and, you know, have a bad umpire call. Was that a swing?
Honestly, it was. I don't think it was a swing. I think they should have left it to the one more pitch, or like just let Scherzer go after him. I don't think he should have called him out like that. But you know what?
I mean, you'll take it. I know
swing.
that.
Yeah, we got our check swing back from the middle of the season.
Yeah, but okay. So you said that to me on Messenger.
So, but
what about game 3 with Seager?
Seager's doesn't matter. That one doesn't count, or I don't know. I mean, it was the same umpire too. By the way,
it was the same umpire. Seager pretty much swung, and the same umpire said it ended up being
ball 4.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that guy.
I mean, I'm just saying. That's why a lot of the Dodger fans are saying 1 for 1 or whatever. But yeah, Seager was also called. I mean, I know it didn't affect the game.
Let's be honest. We're got to be totally honest. That check swing did not lose the West for the Dodgers.
No.
So
no.
And last night's check swing didn't lose it for the Giants. It was just a bad call, and the game shouldn't have ended that way.
Yes.
That is our feeling of it. I don't feel like the Giants
were going to win.
They didn't play better.
Yeah,
the Dodgers played better. And so they won
the second time around.
Yeah, I
feel like our coaches were way better. We stopped swinging at his pitches, and we went back to our philosophy and taking, not chasing.
Yeah, and they showed that. But I mean, and then I'm going to go with Logie here, because you're a diehard Giants guy. And how do you feel with Duvall throwing to Bellinger? I mean, I was fine with him throwing to Bellinger, but he threw him 4 straight sliders.
You know, he looked a little erratic that inning. I know he's a fireballer. I know he gets ahead with that fastball, and then he goes straight to the breaking ball. He misses his spots a fair amount as I've seen it, because he just tries to throw it right down your throat every single time. And I feel like it was the right choice to go after him. I mean, he's been our guy for weeks now. I mean, he won NL Reliever of the Month for August, I think, or September. So I had full trust in him, and it just sometimes that happens. Even your lockdown closer. I mean, Mo gave up a base hit to Luis Gonzalez in Game 7 of the World Series, but we still think he's the GOAT. I mean, it's just baseball. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is just like, I know he had 2 strikes on him, but he threw him 4 straight sliders. And even though Belly's had a bad year, he's had a pretty good postseason, and he's still a big league hitter, and he's an MVP candidate. He's been an MVP candidate. And just, you guys know, as a hitter, if a guy's going to throw you the same pitch 4 times, you've seen it. Your chances of hitting it are a lot higher. I just think if he would have thrown 100 away off the dish just to change his eyes, to maybe move his feet a little bit, it might have helped out to then come back with another slider. That was just my whole argument with it.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I agree. But again, he's been that guy. I feel like he just doesn't have the weapons. I mean, I was watching, and they noted that Webb's whole game plan changed because the Dodgers were obviously going to sit changeup like the first game, but I think he cut the changeup use in half and then doubled up on his sinker. I just don't think Duvall can do that. I remember Gavin Lux hit that ball to the warning track. That probably should have been a home run. And what was that, game 3?
That should have been gone.
Yeah, so game 3. I just think they try to do the same with him, but he just doesn't have that repertoire. He's fastball slider. I don't think he really has much after that.
Yeah, I think something big for Duvall is probably developing a 3rd pitch in the offseason. And then exactly. I mean, if he could develop a cutter or even a changeup, or something with movement, a 2-seam, because his fastball is straight as an arrow, and at that level, 100's not much anymore.
It's been turned around this.
Yeah, it's going to get turned around. But if he adds in something with movement that's hard or soft, I think he's going to be a deadly closer for probably the rest of his career.
Yeah. The other thing, people haven't, because the numbers aren't going to show up for this, but Chris Taylor hit the ball hard all series.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And I mean, how undervalued is that
Webb
guy?
in the third. He's good.
I feel like he doesn't get the respect that he needs. Like, I feel like I wish he would start a little bit more on the Dodgers. Because, like, I feel like his approaches are way better than some of the guys that we start in the outfield. Like, I felt like he's kind of having a little bit better postseason than Pollock. So I would want to see Chris Taylor go and like start a couple more games than Pollock has until Pollock starts warming up.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. You know what else?
I think he's a gamer.
He is. No, he is. Just what he does. It's the same reason why I didn't think the Dodger, and I don't know if they didn't want to pay him. I don't even remember why they didn't try to keep Kike Hernandez. But that's what I liked about him, is the versatility that he brings to your team. It's the same thing with Chris Taylor. As a Dodger fan, how do you feel about seeing Kike, probably the hottest hitter in the game right now, and then you've got Jock over in Atlanta contributing there, and it's like those are two pieces that I'd still love to have if I'm a Dodger.
Oh my God, yeah, it hurts. It really does hurt. I miss those guys. Those are our like firecrackers off the bench when we needed them. Like,
and just the energy. I love their energy they bring.
Yeah, they bring us alive. They keep that dugout going. Like, that's what, like, last year in the postseason, like, every time they came in, did something, it was electric. Like, TK freaking home run off, who was it? I think it was Fairbanks in the World Series last year.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Holy crap. I was losing it.
And then,
no,
go ahead.
I really TK and Jock, I'm happy that they got good places. Like, they're on good teams. They're in the playoffs. They deserve it. They deserve every piece of that. Like,
yeah, I mean, it probably just came down to the Dodgers were going to pay them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as starters.
We had them,
for the Giants,
Logan
going forward, like, obviously you got Chris Bryant. They have some free agents in that roster. Like, what are you thinking the Giants need to do going forward?
You know, it's kind of tough to tell. I think that Farhan's in a tight spot right here because up until probably early August, I mean, I thought this was a fluke. I'm a huge Giants fan, but going into the season, I told Roth and everyone that if they won 82 games, I'd go home happy. So I think they're in a hard place because they were trying to rebuild, but at this point now they're trying to buy in. I think they're in that weird crossroad.
Yeah.
I think they need to pick up. Bryant was cold going into the postseason, but he turned it on. I think that he's a guy that wants to stay. I think you have a good core now. You have Webb, who's I'm going to tell you he's probably going to win a Cy Young Award in his career. You have Webb, Duvall. As much as it hurt to watch him struggle last night, he's going to be fantastic. And then the old guys. I mean, the dads out there. You got Crawford, Belt. They're not going anywhere. So I feel like they're in a spot to win, but at the same time, they got to play the card right with the, them possibly rebuilding at the same time. It's kind of hard to say whether they're going to go at this point.
How do you feel that coming down the trade wire that they didn't go after an arm?
You know, I was disappointed at first. It gave me flashbacks to Bobby Evans in 2016 when they didn't go after Andrew Miller. But at the same time, as soon as McGee went down and Duvall took over, I mean, it felt like, I wasn't old enough to see K-Rod, but seeing all the comparisons to K-Rod, it was just, he's electric. We haven't had an electric arm in the bullpen since
Brian. Brian Wilson was pretty good at the end.
Yeah,
of his
Brian
career.
Wilson was pretty good. But even he was a spark for maybe 2 or 3 seasons. I mean,
yeah.
You have a guy who's in his early 20s lighting up radar guns. I mean, you don't see that in San Francisco very often. But having that come out of nowhere it made me happy. It made me calm down just a little bit. Because it did give me, it didn't remind me a lot of 2016.
So you're hopeful. You're hopeful for 2022.
Yes, and as much as it hurts trying to say this, I do believe Farhan will fight his former team eventually.
Oh my God.
The other piece to the Giants that I felt like, Yaz just didn't get anything going.
No.
And I was
it was hard. I think that after last year and then having a great year. out of nowhere too, the last 2 seasons, and it's just hard watching. But I mean, the other guy stepped up. You got Lamont Wade out there. Darren Ruff came out of nowhere. I think that was their big motto this year, was just everyone doing their job. I mean, you had guys struggling, guys getting injured. You had Mongo out. Yaz was struggling all year, but you had guys that could just fill in those voids.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to be fun to see these guys go forward. I think the Giants like where they're at, and I think you bring a good point. They're kind of in a weird position, but so real quick before we let you guys go, Logan, being the Giants fan you are, where are you going to go with the NLCS?
You know, the last, what was it? It's been 5 years since we've been in the postseason. Every year that the Dodgers have been in the postseason, the Giants have not. The one team I am rooting for is the team that's playing the Dodgers.
Wow,
good man.
So whether it's the Cardinals in the past, I remember when they played. I was an Astros fan for a second, just hoping that they'd beat them. Braves, just anyone who's playing the Dodgers is who I'm going for. So go Braves.
Go Braves. And Ryan, obviously,
let's hear what Ryan's got to say.
You got the I'm going Dodgers, which that's fine. Obviously, that's your team to the World Series. Where do you sit on the ALCS side?
Well, we played the Braves before. Like, we played them in the postseason. Like, I'm not really too worried about it. But they do have some, like, they have Jock, which is really hot right now. Ozzy's really good. Freddie Freeman, which I feel like he should be the MVP and stop giving Brandon Crawford chance MVP.
It should be Austin Riley should be the MVP. But you're hey, between both, I'll take either one.
Yeah.
I ain't really too worried. I feel like our bullpen's locked in right now. Like, a 3-headed monster, Kelly, Trinan, and Gratterall. That's like, when you get to the bullpen right there, that's death. Like, how are you gonna hit like 103 up and in, 101 sinker? Like, it's tough. It's tough.
You're right, but I think Freddie Freeman did just knock 98 over dead center off Josh Hader.
Lefty too. That's
and lefty. Listen, the fastball, it's like we talked about with Duvall. You got to execute your pitches. It doesn't matter how those guys can turn that around. You saw Schwarber turn around 99 at the letters. Or you saw Altuve do 99 at the letters off the plate.
Yeah.
So these guys are going to hit the fastball. It's going to come down to executing pitches, but guys, I appreciate.
Well, let's look at their World Series prediction.
Oh yeah,
let's get both of you guys real quick. I know Dodgers and who, Ryan?
Dodgers. It's going to be a rematch of the Dodgers Red Sox.
Dodgers Red Sox and Logie.
You know,
it's going to be Braves Red Sox.
Shoot, that's really hard.
Say the Dodgers, Logan.
I love Dusty Baker, so I'm going with the Astros. I want a redemption story.
So, and then you think he'll win it against the Braves?
I think the Dodgers. I want a Dodgers versus Astros World Series now.
Now you do, and then with the Astros winning again, but supposedly they cheated last time, so this time it'll be fair.
Yeah, I want the Braves to win, but God forbid the Braves lose.
He's torn.
I want to see Dusty Baker get his ring.
So you want to see the Astros win against whoever? You don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as the Dodgers lose, I'm going to win at the end of the day.
And guess what? If the Dodgers lose, you guys still are the division champs.
That's true, but that doesn't mean anything.
Division champs for what?
Fans craft for that for years.
It only matters.
Use that one.
It only matters until the playoffs start.
Exactly.
And he's like, "Oh, wild card team. All right, we'll see you. We'll see you very soon."
Didn't the Giants win the World Series twice out of the wild card? I know once for sure.
It was once. They won it. Yeah. I think they won the West in 2012 and 10.
Yeah, so they were they beat Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh in the wild card game or something like that.
Yeah, that was Crawford's first home run until who did he hit it off this series?
Dude, he's like a Giants encyclopedia.
We'll have to have him on and do a trivia with any Giants fans out there.
I'd be down for that.
I'm in. Guys, I appreciate you taking some time on a Friday to chat with us. We love the support, Raw. I hear from a lot of the city guys. that went to Madeira, or that I know that's most of the team listens to the podcast. So we really appreciate it, boys.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, no worries, man. Good.
Have a good 3-day weekend.
Yeah, good, and good luck this year, guys.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Those guys are awesome. The funny thing is that's when I get there at 1:30 for early work, those guys don't stop. That's how it is. It's
back and forth all day. I think it's hysterical. They wouldn't watch the game together.
Naranjo Ryan, he wore a Seager jersey yesterday, and Coach Scott, because Coach Scott's a Giants fan, so we scrimmaged the last couple of days, and so he had Giants versus Dodgers because that was the series going, and he put Ryan on the Giants team just to piss him off, and even his own teammates were calling him Buster Posey when he'd go to the plate.
That's fun though. It makes it fun. And again, not taking anything from it really has even nothing to do with the Dodgers.
No,
what we were talking about last night.
It has nothing to do with the Dodgers.
Nothing.
Like I said, it could be any two teams, and that call I still would have made the same statement.
And I guess that's our position on it. So I mean, some people didn't like it last night, and I think it was very fresh. And obviously, some people weren't aware where
go check your egos at the door
where we stand on either team. And again, maybe because we're not so connected, like we don't care as much about the series. I wanted to see a good series. We got a great series. For people that may think the Giants, I saw somebody said that you're crazy if you felt like the Giants even had a chance. I was like, well, how could you even say that?
They're in Game 5.
It was 1-1 in the 8th of Game 5. Like that just a dumb statement.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, some people just don't know what
they just don't know,
or they're just bitter. And that's okay too. You know, you want your teams to win. I get it, but
just remember, at the end of the day, you ain't getting a check from that team. They don't know who you are. You're paying the players that you watch. You're paying them. You're part of the paying them. Not me. I don't go to that shit.
Here's the other hard part. As a fan of the game, who doesn't want to see the Dodgers and Astros play, or Red Sox? But Dodgers Astros. The Astros to me is more.
That's who I would like to see there, but I really want the Braves Astros.
I want Freddie Freeman to get a ring. I want all these. They're a good team, man.
I think Dusty deserves a ring.
I do too. It's hard. It's. You're not wrong, but I'm not a.
And then he's gonna go to San Diego.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, watch
Banny. Get Bannister.
Bochy goes back.
Well, and you have, now the St. Louis Cardinals have a open.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They part ways. I don't know. That might have to be a mutual thing or something. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense.
Could be. I don't know. So you're gonna go.
I'm going Braves Astros, even though I would love to see a Dodgers Astros. But and all you Dodger fans out there, you guys just scare me.
What do you mean by that?
Because they're good. They're unpredictable. The
Dodgers scare you?
They're unpredictable.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting. The Astros, they're going to hit. You just don't know if they're going to pitch.
And now McCullers
McCullers is out for the ALCS. The Dodgers are just unpredictable. You don't know what they're going to get.
I thought you meant the Dodgers fans scare you.
No, hell no. No, that team just scares me because I don't know what to expect. I don't know who I'm getting that day.
Yeah, well,
that's scary.
Some of the guys they need to get a little warm are getting warm. They needed Bellinger to have a series, and
that's funny. I was talking to Matt Garza at practice the other day. He's like, when Belly's on, it's over. He's there.
Well, he had a good series. Like I said, Taylor, while the numbers probably don't show it, he hit a lot of balls hard for outs in the series.
Yeah.
Lux had some great at bats, a couple walks the other night, but last night, just for him to with 2 strikes, put a ball in play and survive, and then, base hit.
Yep.
It changes the whole thing.
Yep.
So I thought that was a bigger moment than people gave it light. And again, congrats to the Dodgers. They're moving on to Atlanta, NLCS. I'm not sure. I haven't looked yet to see what they've decided game 1 for the Dodgers. They may not.
I heard it was Scherzer.
Is it? I mean, I think you got to go Scherzer, to be honest. He should be fine. Like, I don't know what his bullpen day would have been yesterday anyway. How many pitches he throw last night?
I don't know. He's so good.
Yeah, that guy's he's ready to go. It'll be Scherzer. There's no way.
Yeah.
And I think it's Max Fried for the Braves. So going to be a fun series. And again, the Astros, Boston Red Sox. I'm sticking with Boston. I like the energy. That's gonna be a fun series.
I agree.
It's gonna either way. It's fun to pick these things. I wish a lot of people come talking out after it's all said and done. That's really easy to do. Put it out there. It's fun. Who cares if you're wrong? Nobody gives a shit.
I was wrong every. I was wrong every pick.
Dropped the bomb on you. I actually think I did okay. I got 3 of the 4 right. I think so
Whatever.
far. Yeah. Hey guys. Also, before we go, as soon as this ends, the Hit.OR.DIE store is opening up. We made a couple last minute changes yesterday as why it didn't open. So we're gonna open the store up as soon as this ends. Within the hour, we will post the link to the Hit.OR.DIE store. You're going to have all the hats, shirt stuff. There is a hat on there. It's the Hit.OR.DIE patched logo or patch hat.
Mm-hmm.
There is a limited quantity of those. So once they're gone, they're gone. We're not doing any more of those patches. They're actually really sick. So again, the store will post.
It's a rubber patch. It's not like this one I have on. That's a patch.
Yeah.
It's actually a rubber. It's nice. And it's in the American flag logo like I have on, but it's better than this logo. It's really sweet.
Yeah. We'll post the store today. Everything will be available today. It's going to take we'll have it open for a couple weeks. And then we will close it up and get everything out to you guys. So please be on the lookout for that. That really helps us as far as taking care of some of the things that we pay to keep doing this. Again, go follow us on Twitter at Hit.OR.DIE Podcast, on Instagram at Hit.OR.DIE, Facebook. And please, if you don't mind heading over to YouTube, Chad's got a challenge going for the past 8 months. So go subscribe on YouTube. We appreciate it. And and also we're going to put out a video today. We're doing a giveaway as we open the store. So what do we got? We got a hat, a shirt, some sunglasses. Yeah,
Bevy glasses, which are knockoff Oakleys,
basically,
that you see me wear in my videos. They're actually really nice.
So some sunglasses, a Hum Now hat,
a keychain,
a Hit.OR.DIE shirt, the new shirt that's going to be on the web store with the flag logo, and I think I got a patch hat also in the giveaway. So two hats, a shirt, keychain, some sunglasses, some stickers.
You're nice.
Big giveaway. So we'll let you know how to enter the giveaway.
You guys are lucky Jake's part of this.
I'm too nice.
You're nice. 2 hats and a Hum Now hat.
Hey, it's these, I appreciate our audience.
We'll probably get 3 people.
It's okay. 3 people going to have a shot to win something. So anyways,
tell my wife.
Hey, Chad and I thank you guys for the support.
Yes, we do.
No hard feelings on Twitter. Don't go blocking people. Okay. We're big boys here. Okay. Don't go blocking anybody. If you block, you're soft. That's the next shirt coming out. If you block, you're soft. That's episode 134, Hit.OR.DIE Live. Thanks for listening, everybody. And
our guests.
Yeah, and our guests for calling in. We'll be at it again next week with live episodes throughout the playoffs until the World Series is over. Thank you all for tuning in. And again, that's a Hit.OR.DIE podcast.
Hit.OR.DIE.